Hello and welcome to KnowledgePlus. Today we're diving into something really fascinating, AI and copyright. In a world that's, well, increasingly shaped by artificial intelligence, what truly defines creation anymore? And here's a big one. Can a human who just prompts an AI to generate something actually claim sole authorship?
These aren't just abstract questions now, are they? They really cut to the core of creativity, ownership, maybe even what it means to be a human creator.
Exactly. It's challenging centuries of copyright law, which was always built around, human ideas, human expression.
It really is. And what's so compelling is just how fast AI is making us rethink these really deep-seated ideas.
And that's precisely what we're tackling in this deep dive. AI, copyright, and these huge questions about human agency, the future of creative work. Our mission is to unpack all the complexities.
It's a big task.
It is. And to guide us, we're drawing insights from an article titled AI Sano Iraheyo. That translates to AI, copyright, and the future of human agency.
Ah, yes, the one by Kyungjin Park.
That's the one. Written for the Gyeongnam Mail newspaper by Australian lawyer Kyungjin Park.
Her background is quite relevant here. She's advisory counsel at Laon Law Firm in Korea, advises KORAIL, that's the Korea Railroad Corporation, and also the NGO Global Civic Sharing.
Right, and she's also on evaluation committees for major companies. So she sees this from multiple angles: legal practice, societal impact, corporate viewpoints.
Precisely. Her perspective is grounded in both the nitty-gritty legal details and the bigger picture of how industries are scrambling to adapt. It makes her insights particularly valuable for this kind of discussion.
Absolutely. So today we'll explore the very meaning of creation, look at some key legal battles setting precedents.
Like the Thaler case, I imagine.
Definitely. And how industries, especially music, are changing their strategies. Then we'll look ahead. What might the future hold for humans and AI working together?
It's a journey into a space where the lines are definitely getting blurry. More than blurry, maybe redrawn completely.
Before we jump fully in, though, just a quick reminder. If you find our deep dives helpful, please do like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future discussions.
Okay, so where do we start? The core question.
Let's start right there. What does creation even mean now? The article points to the Korean word Changjak.
Changjak, yes, exactly. It breaks down. Chang meaning to create or begin, and jak meaning to make or do. So together, it really emphasizes the active process of bringing something new into being.
And that linguistic root highlights the traditionally human element, right? The intention, the action.
But that leads straight to the philosophical puzzle the article raises. Does just using a prompt to get an AI to generate something, does that count as a uniquely human act of creation?
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it forces you, the listener, to consider. Does creation have to involve, say, a physical act? Paint on canvas, fingers on keys? Or can purely intellectual work, like crafting that perfect detailed prompt that sparks the AI count as original creation, worthy of copyright?
That's where it gets really complex. Because you're dealing with intent, contribution. Who's the real creator? The person hitting generate. The AI's programmer. The one who had the initial concept.
The article really stresses how high the stakes are here. It suggests it's about much more than just who gets paid or credited.
That's a crucial point it makes. The warning is, if we completely hand over the realm of creative action to AI, humanity could risk, well, a kind of subservience.
Subservience, that sounds quite strong.
It is strong, but the idea is about preserving the inherent value of human action, our identity as conscious creators. It's not just about money, it's about safeguarding human agency itself. If we don't define where the human element lies now...
Then these legal battles become about something much bigger than copyright law.
Exactly. It's about protecting our role, our identity in the creative process. It's almost a fight for the soul of creation.
And this fight isn't just theory, it's happening in courtrooms. Which brings us, as you mentioned, to Thaler v. Perlmutter, a real landmark case. Tell us about Davis.
Davis. Right. So AI researcher Stephen Thaler tried to copyright an artwork called A Recent Entrance to Paradise. The key thing, he claimed it was generated entirely by his AI system, Daebus.
Daebus' device for the autonomous bootstrapping of unified sentience. Quite a name.
It certainly suggests a level of independence, which was central to Thaler's argument.
So Thaler was basically saying, my AI made this autonomously, it should be the author, or that he should be because he made the AI.
His primary argument was that the AI was the author, and he, as the owner of Daebus, should have copyright. But the U.S. Copyright Office firmly rejected it.
Why the rejection? Too far outside existing rules.
Pretty much. Their stance was clear. Copyright requires human authorship. A work created solely by AI, with no human input in the creative expression itself, just doesn't qualify under current U.S. law.
And Saylor challenged that.
He did. He took it to court. But in March 2025, the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the Copyright Office's decision.
And their reasoning.
Very direct. They stated, and I'm paraphrasing slightly, that copyright law is designed to protect human creations. An AI, they concluded, cannot be recognized as an author under the law.
Wow. That's a pretty definitive statement.
It really is. It underlines this fundamental resistance to giving authorship to a machine. It connects creativity to human consciousness, human will things. AI currently lacks.
So what's the impact of that ruling going forward?
It sets a very clear legal precedent, at least in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's expected to be the benchmark for similar cases for a while. It essentially says, for copyright purposes, the creator must be human. Full stop.
But that's the U.S. The picture isn't the same everywhere, is it? The global landscape is more varied?
Not at all uniform.
Yeah.
Right now, most countries don't grant AI legal personhood, meaning AI isn't seen as an entity that can hold rights like a person or company.
Okay, so AI can't hold copyright itself generally.
Generally, no. But here's the nuance. Partial copyright can often be granted if there's clear human creative input. It's not always black and white.
So the degree of human intervention matters. The article mentions South Korea as an example.
Yeah, South Korea is interesting. They are reportedly granting copyright for AI-assisted works, but it hinges on how much human involvement there was.
How do they measure that? That sounds tricky.
Incredibly tricky. Imagine an artist uses AI for a background element, but then they significantly edit it, repaint parts, integrate it seamlessly into their own larger original work. Their creative intervention might be substantial enough to warrant copyright for the final piece.
So it shows how existing laws are kind of stretching and adapting, trying to figure out how to value that human touch in a human-AI collaboration.
Exactly. They're grappling with quantifying that degree of involvement, which is a huge challenge for traditional frameworks.
And this struggle isn't just in visual arts. The music industry is right in the thick of it too, facing its own battles and, it seems, changing its tactics.
Oh, absolutely. Music is a major battlefield. There was that big report back in June. Major record labels, the RIAA representing many of them, initially went the lawsuit route.
Right, against AI music generators like SUNO and Udio.
Precisely. They filed copyright infringement suits seeking pretty hefty damages up to $150,000 per work they claimed was infringed. That was a very aggressive direct challenge.
$150,000 per song, that's serious money. But the article suggests they're shifting.
They are. Reports indicate they're moving away from pure litigation towards negotiation. It signals a kind of adaptation, perhaps realizing that just suing might not be a sustainable long-term strategy in the face of this tech.
So less confrontation, more finding a way to work with it, or at least manage it.
It seems that way, and this is potentially huge. If these negotiations lead to settlements, they could set global landmark standards for AI music copyright. It could redefine everything from licensing to royalties.
That would ripple far beyond music, wouldn't it? Any idea what's on the negotiating table? The terms are confidential, I assume.
They are confidential, yes. But the article mentions, based on reports, things like licensing fees, maybe treating AI output like sample libraries. Also, robust systems for tracking royalties, especially if existing songs were used in the AI training data.
Makes sense. Compensating the original artists.
And maybe even labels getting equity stakes in these AI companies. It's a much more pragmatic approach, acknowledging AI is here and figuring out how to integrate it into the industry's economic model rather than just trying to block it.
From fighting AI to finding a way to coexist, maybe even profit from it, that pivot has massive implications for platforms too, like YouTube. They must be grappling with a flood of AI content.
Definitely. YouTube is right at the forefront. We've already seen this surge in AI-produced videos and, frankly, some viewer fatigue setting in. Concerns about authenticity, too.
So how does a platform like YouTube handle that? Maintain quality, trust?
Well, they've had to react. YouTube recently announced new restrictions on monetizing certain types of AI-generated content. They're not just letting it be a free-for-all.
What kind of restrictions, and what are the rules now?
They've tightened policies, requiring clear disclosure if content is AI-generated, especially if it's synthetic or manipulated in ways that could mislead people. Think deepfakes or realistic-looking but entirely fabricated scenes.
And if creators don't comply?
The consequences are significant. Content could be removed, maybe labeled as deceptive, or in serious cases, the entire channel could be terminated. Platforms understand they need to maintain integrity or risk degrading the user experience for everyone.
It's clear this isn't a temporary issue. It's evolving with us. The article even projects significant legal shifts down the road.
It does, and this part is really thought-provoking. It anticipates major changes in copyright law within, say, the next 20 to 30 years.
Why that time frame specifically?
It's interesting, right? It aligns roughly with when today's teenagers, the first generation growing up with AI as a normal part of life, will be moving into key societal roles: judges, lawmakers, industry leaders.
Ah, so their perspective might be fundamentally different. They might not see AI creation as inherently problematic.
Exactly. Their familiarity and comfort with AI could lead to a different legal and philosophical outlook. Works created solely by AI, which face such strong opposition now, they might gain legal recognition within that time frame, perhaps even sooner.
That's a radical thought, a complete shift from the Thaler decision.
It poses the question: could what seems uncopyrightable today become commonplace for a generation that views AI as just another creative tool, maybe like a camera or synthesizer was generations ago?
It really forces a redefinition of creativity itself, doesn't it? Shaking the foundations of copyright.
Absolutely. This whole question of authorship, especially for human AI co-creations, goes way beyond just legal definitions. It hits on deep philosophical questions about creation, about agency, about the unique value of human input.
What a landscape we've covered. From the meaning of Changjak to the Thaler case, the music industry's pivot, YouTube's policies. It's so clear this tension between tech progress and our existing legal and philosophical frameworks isn't going away.
No, it's only going to intensify as AI gets more sophisticated. It really shows how rapidly things are changing, forcing us to re-examine concepts we always took for granted.
So as we wrap up, it leaves us and you, the listener, with a really potent question to reflect on. As AI keeps blurring these lines, what will it actually mean for you to be a creator in the future?
How might your own creative process change? And what unique, truly human value will your agency, your ideas, your choices continue to bring?
It's worth thinking about the implications in your own life, your own field. What does it mean to make something new in this evolving world? So how did you enjoy today's topic? If you found this deep dive helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We'll see you next time on Knowledge Plus.